from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. It's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. Saints taking on the Chicago Bears.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And, of course, it's been mentioned all week in the run-up to the game, but guess what? We're going to say it again. Normally the #2 seed, they get to sit at home and watch this game because they would have gotten an open week, a bye week, and gotten ready to play in the next one. But now they have to play the #7 seed, and we know that's a dangerous game. Are they good enough to win it? Should they win it? Of course. But we also understand they're going to need a big performance from their quarterback in order to advance.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw now on first down. Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he breaks through another tackle. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. A quick throw out wide caught by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. That was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
The gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Sheldon Rankins. Jameis Winston sacked.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. In trouble, and the ball's out. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Here comes Cohen. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have taken the lead. On for the point after. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Over the middle to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The first down throw for Winston. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. There he goes inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's NFC wildcard game. But first, let's take a look back at action from earlier. Meanwhile, nothing settled in our wildcard game. It's a tight one as we get ready for the third quarter. Standing by to take you the rest of the way, let's get it back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
And 7.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
On the jump ball. Marcus Williams on the coverage.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
At the 20-yard line.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
To throw, Winston. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Jameis to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And this one's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Now Winston on the move to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken around the 12. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down and 10 yards.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts. What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On 1st and 10, Winston. Left side here to Sanders. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
First down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Jameis again. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker.
Is good. Makes the score Saints 10, Bears 2.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. This is where your playoff medal is tested on the road, needing a touchdown to stay alive as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz to try to add the PAT.
And now they're going to fake it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Fake extra point.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And that's caught inside the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw now on 1st down. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's 2nd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Going for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's in for the touchdown with a clock reading 000s. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for two and end this thing now.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules are the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In a regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Patterson on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
3rd down.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it.
David Montgomery, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes to him and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Still on his feet. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Powerful running. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all. Because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. Steps away to his left. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it? And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And an overtime thriller. They are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
And the Saints season will march on as we say thanks for watching and so long.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.